The young doctors in training thought that the patient's continued complaints of coughing with sputum and with blood were absolutely normal. Would you like to learn why and how these doctors failed to diagnose this patient's lung cancer? Come join me as I share with you this remarkable story. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. The patient was having continued bouts of coughing. No matter what she did, the coughing didn't go away. She was a heavy smoker, and she took cough drops, it didn't work. She took cough medicine, it didn't work. Finally, she decided to go to the local hospital in New York City and went to the hospital clinic. Now, what she didn't know at that time was that the hospital clinic is run and staffed by these young doctors in training known as interns or residents. And those doctors are supposed to be supervised by the senior doctors, the house staff. What wound up happening was that she kept going back over and over every single month to get more medicine, more medication. And occasionally these young doctors in training would send her off to get an x-ray or send her off to get a CAT scan. And not a single one of these doctors took the time to read and interpret those actual films. Because if they had, they would have seen that those films indicated that this patient had lung cancer. Now, the radiologists, to their credit, did in fact indicate that there was a high suspicion that this patient had evidence of lung cancer. And you would think that would trigger a further investigation, further testing being done, hospital admission, and now further workup. The patient never saw the same doctor twice. You want to know why? Because the residents in training are only there at that clinic for 1 month a year. In fact, they rotate every single month or every couple of months, so now each of them gets experience in every different type of medicine. But unfortunately for this patient, not a single one of them took the time to read the entire patient's chart and then to analyze the x-rays, analyze the CAT scans until it was too late. By the time they finally diagnosed her lung cancer, she had stage 4 metastatic lung cancer that had spread throughout her entire body. Her prognosis was extremely grim. So why do I share this quick little story with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding in one person's quest to try and get medical care when she was complaining about something. And you know what the sad fact is? We went back and looked at the original records from when she first went to the clinic, if the doctors had done the right thing and not violated the basic standards of medical care. At that time, her condition was between stage 1 and stage 2, and her lung cancer was entirely treatable, and she would have had an excellent prognosis. But unfortunately, the doctors at this hospital didn't do what they were supposed to. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns. Maybe you have lung cancer or was just recently diagnosed, and you think maybe that a doctor has delayed in recognizing your particular cancer, and now you have questions. Well, if you do have questions and your matter happened here in the state of New York, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.